Our way, guys.
All right. Obviously, last scrimmage, you feeling more comfortable about how your lineup's shaping up?
Well, yeah, I'm not ready to make an opening day lineup today, but we obviously seen our guys play and compete against each other for a fair amount of scrimmages now, and so we're ready for. We're getting ready for game mode. We need to have a good week of practice this week, and we'll certainly determine some tough decisions that we need to make based on who we're going to start on Friday. But who we start on Friday, very rarely who we're going to start on game 56 or game 65 or whatever. So, but we've got to put a team on the field on Friday, and then we're going to put some deserving guys out there and be ready to go. I feel certain Clark Smith will be the starting pitcher on Friday, and outside of that, we'll probably name a full rotation for the weekend, either tomorrow or Monday at some point, and get those guys prepared for our first weekend of baseball.
How comfortable are you with where you guys are right now as a team?
I've seen a lot of things that I like. We've played great defense. The teams that we've, put out there that we think are going to be our regulars from an infield standpoint have played great defense. Our catching situation is much improved. We got 3 really good catchers back there that all bring something different to the table, but they do a really good job. And our outfielders can go get the ball in the outfield. So there's things that I like. There's certainly things that we have to improve upon. Our offensive approach needs to get a little bit better. Our pitch selection needs to get a little bit better. We've got to handle the bunt game a little bit better. And our fast guys got to get bunts down. We've got to cut down on some strikeouts. There's certainly some things that we need to improve upon. But all in all, love the way our pitchers have thrown. Loved what I saw at Taylor Widener and Adam Hill today. That was very, very impressive and very encouraging. So I like the depth of our pitching staff with the way some guys have thrown. So, we're ready to get cranked up. We need a good week of practice, but come Friday, I think I'll have an energized team ready to go and to start the 56-game journey.
You mentioned the excitement level a couple of weeks ago before the spring practices started. Is the excitement still there for you, or is it more nervousness?
No, ain't no nervous. We're ready to go. We're ready to play. I mean, anytime you get close to opening day, the juices get going a little bit more than normal. And, opening the day is exciting. You're starting a new season, a new team, and the guys that haven't played, a lot of guys in that dugout haven't played a game here yet. So they're going through a first-time experience. So there's a lot of excitement going on in our stadium, in our locker room, and out here on the practice field right now. And after this week of practice, I bet come Thursday we'll be as ready as we possibly can be for opening day.
I know after last weekend you said you're going to work on defense with all the shuffling around in the infield and all. Did you like how they bounced back this weekend?
Yeah, they played. Yeah, well, I didn't do as much rotating this weekend. I kept kind of the regulars together, and Mooney and Jonah and DC, they're gifted defenders, and LT's moving around a little bit. Him and Destino at first base some, and I feel very comfortable with those 2 guys over there. Obviously LT's a shortstop, so he can play all over the place, but LT's kind of stood out in these January scrimmages. He had a very solid fall too, but he's kind of stood out, and it looks like he's one of our better players, so we got to find him a place to play. And the fact that he's versatile is going to give him some opportunities. So he's kind of one individual from a position player standpoint that's really had a great January and great early February.
Do you feel comfortable with the way that he played today? He'll be in the lineup somewhere Friday.
I feel comfortable that he's going to play Friday. I'm not ready to sit here and write the lineup out, for anybody. I mean, outside of, Destino's going to be in there, and obviously LT's play deserves him to, have his fair share of opportunities. But I don't want to sit here and say this is what I'm going to do, because I got to think it through. I'm not going to, make an emotional decision just based on the fact that he went 4 for 4 today. But the fact is he has clearly shown that he's one of our better players, and I'm going to play my best players.
Braden Webb didn't kind of struggle yesterday. I think he had 4 walks. Does that concern you, or does that?
Yeah, he didn't have his best outing, and you can look at it a couple ways. I'm glad he got it out of the way, to be honest with you. And Braden just had a lot of good outings here, and his bullpens have been sharp. And I think he was working on a little something that, actually it's not an issue. Matt Price and Michael Roth struggled from time to time in our scrimmages, and come game day they got everybody out. So it's we're ready to give the ball to Braden and give him an opportunity, and he's got a He's got a great arm and an SEC weekend type arm. So we're ready to see what he can do, and we're certainly going to give him the ball, and we're not going to hold that scrimmage against him. It wasn't one of his best, but he still threw some good pitches, and he's certainly going to pitch here very early once our season gets started.
Now you said you don't want to announce a rotation. Do you feel like Clark, Braden, and Widener have kind of separated themselves as far as?
Well, I mean, I don't know if they've all. I mean, Clark separated himself from everybody,
Right.
but the other guys, I mean, you can say Adam Hill, and he's in the conversation to be a weekend champion. You guys, we got 2 games in the middle of the week after we play Albany, so well, I'm working on 5 games. I'm thinking a little bit of a big picture here, and you know, but love the way that Widener's thrown. These last 2 outings were impressive. I love the way Adam Hill's thrown. Webb had a couple good outings and a bad one yesterday, but I got some other guys. You know, Tyler Johnson's maybe our best arm, and he's been 94, 95. Matt Vogel's thrown the ball very well. Josh Reagan has done well. You know, we got some guys we can put out there. I just got to make sure I put them in the right spot.
Any progress as far as closing and the bullpen situation?
No, our bullpen situation's a good one. I think we're going to do it. But we got a number of guys that we're going to use in the bullpen, and I don't know which ones are going to get the last 3 outs at this time. You know, if bases are loaded in the 7th and we're up 2 runs, those 3 outs might be the most important. We might go to our best guy then, you know, early in the year. So, but you know, Reed's, we feel very comfortable giving the ball to Reed or Reagan. I love the way Kanan Cropper came in today and threw the ball to Dom. That was certainly impressive. But Matt Vogel, Tyler Johnson, Colton Provey, we got a number of guys that I feel good about our bullpen. We got some guys that can run it up there from a velocity standpoint. We got some pitchability guys. So we're going to give those guys an opportunity, especially early in the year when our starters are going to go 5-6 innings. They're going to be on a little bit of a strict pitch count. Got to make sure we use all our guys. That Braden acting a fool?
Yeah.
He is a fool.
All right, last one.
Now he might not start on Saturday. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to take one more.
A mix of old and young in the outfield. What are you seeing from some of those players out there?
The outfielders, you know, a little inconsistent. I don't know if we really had a guy just play incredibly consistent baseball out there. They've all had their moments. TJ's been inconsistent, but flashes of brilliance. Clark's been very, very steady, but he scuffled some, you know, too. Danny Blair, you know, he can do things that really excite you, but you got to remember he's just a freshman. Dom's been scuffling a little bit lately. We got to make sure we get him in mid-season form, I guess, so to speak, by Friday, and get him comfortable and feeling good about himself. And but you know, Dom's going to be in there opening day. You know, he's one of he's a physical, mature kid. Is a difference maker. And outside of that, you know, we might have a little bit of a rotation going on in the outfield until a couple guys separate themselves, because there's not much separation between a number of those guys right now. All right.
Thank
Thank you guys.
Coach.
Thank you.